Hey everybody, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're tackling something you run into no matter what you do
Oh, yeah.
every single day.
Yeah.
Whether you're at work or at home, even just out for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Risk versus hazard. We hear these words all the time when people talk about safety.
For sure.
And a lot of times, I think people use them interchangeably.
Yeah.
Like they're the same thing,
Yeah.
but they're not.
Nope.
And getting them mixed up can cause some serious problems. And today,
No.
we're going to figure out why. So, to help us out, we've got a really cool article
Okay.
all about clear communication and safety
I like it.
that we're going to be referencing today. So let's
Yeah.
dive in. According to this article, a hazard is any source of potential danger.
Right. So, like, anything that could cause harm, it's the what.
Okay.
The what that could go wrong, like, a sharp knife or a wet floor, or maybe like a car speeding down the road.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it.
Yeah.
So then risk is like how likely it is that the hazard will actually cause harm.
Exactly.
And also how bad that harm could
You
be.
got it. Risk is all about likelihood and severity. So, let's say you're walking down the street
Okay.
and you see a big crack in the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
That crack, that's the hazard. But the risks, well, that depends. Are you wearing high heels?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Are you paying attention?
Okay.
Are you running? All those things change how likely you are to trip
Yeah.
and how badly you might get hurt.
So the hazard is just like sitting there,
Yeah.
but the risk is like constantly changing.
Right. And that's why it's so important to really understand the difference.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because like if you're only focused on the hazard,
Mm-hmm.
you might miss some really important details.
Exactly. And those details can make all the difference.
So like what kind of problems can happen when we get these two mixed up?
Well, think about it this way. Imagine you're working on a construction site, right? And someone spots a loose bolt on a scaffold. They might say, hey, there's a hazard, we need to fix that. But if they don't also consider the risk, how likely that bolt is to actually cause the scaffold to collapse, and how many people could get hurt if it does,
Oh, wow.
then they might not take the right steps to prevent an accident.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
I mean, this article talks about a case where a team was so focused on fixing a minor hazard that they completely overlooked a much bigger risk. And it ended up causing a really serious accident.
So it's not just about identifying the hazard.
Right.
It's also about understanding the context.
Yeah. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
How likely is it to happen?
Exactly.
And what can we do to stop it from happening?
So basically, we need to be asking ourselves a bunch of questions
Yeah.
whenever we spot a potential problem.
Exactly. And those questions, well, they can help us figure out how to stay safe.
But like, how do we do that in real life? You know, when we're not on a construction site or anything.
Okay, so let's say you're at home, right? And you're about to fry some chicken.
Ooh, yummy.
Now, the hot oil,
Yeah,
that's a hazard.
definitely.
But the risk depends on a few things. Like, do you have kids running around?
That changes things.
Are you using a splatter guard?
Good point.
By thinking about those factors, you
Yeah.
can take steps to reduce the risk of getting burned.
So like, I would make sure the kids are out of the kitchen
Yeah,
and I would use the splatter guard.
exactly.
And maybe I'd even wear an apron just in case.
See, now you're thinking like a risk assessor.
I like that.
You're not just reacting to the hazard.
Yeah.
You're thinking about the whole picture.
Yeah, so we stay safe.
Right on.
Okay, so let's try another one. What about like driving in the rain?
Okay, so the rain,
Mm-hmm.
that's the hazard. It makes the roads slick,
Mm-hmm.
reduces visibility,
Mm.
increases the chances of an accident.
Right.
But the risk, again, depends on other things, like how fast are you going?
Yeah.
Are you using your headlights? Uh-huh.
Are you paying attention to the road?
Okay, so it's like a puzzle.
Kinda? Yeah,
You have to look at all the pieces to figure out the whole picture.
exactly. And that's how you make smart decisions about safety.
This is making me think about all things I do every day
Yeah.
and how I never really thought about the risks before.
Well, now you are. And that's a good thing.
I think so too. But what about when it's not so clear? Like, what if I'm not sure how risky something really is?
Hmm. That's a good question. I guess in those cases,
Yeah.
you have to use your best judgment.
Okay.
Think about past experiences. Maybe talk to other people who have been in similar situations.
Hmm.
Gather as much information as you can before making a decision.
So it's like, even when we don't have all the answers, we
Yeah,
can still try to be as informed as possible.
exactly.
Wow, this has been really eye-opening.
I'm glad.
I feel like I have a whole new perspective on safety now.
Well, that's what we're here for, to help you think about things in a new way and to stay safe out there. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
See you next time.
Bye, everybody.